Hello, welcome to the Becky and Boca show. I am here with Dr. Janet Allenby and Christina Monaco, physician's assistant, and they are from Allenby Dermatology, Allenby Cosmetic Dermatology, and this is Allie Allenby. All 4 pounds of her.
The star.
Hi, baby.
I know. She's the star of the office.
Adorable.
Thank you.
Is adorable. We're here in the Gallery Lounge in Town Center Mall, and we're doing a wonderful show in here. What a great backdrop. Isn't the artwork amazing?
This place is actually incredible, and if you guys can come here, you better come, because the artwork, it's like, I feel like I'm in Art Basel.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
And there's a little bar outside there,
Even
right at
better.
the end of the mall here. And eventually they're going to do a whole beer garden out back. So this whole place is fabulous.
Oh, wow.
It's
That's
going to be
so
amazing. So you are here to talk about your party or event, your virtual party that you're having.
Yes.
Okay.
And just so people know, we're all COVID negative here.
Yes.
All been tested.
Yes.
I have a very COVID safe set.
Yes. And that is important, actually, which leads me to a discussion. So yes, we are calling it Twice as Nice, and if anybody knows us, it's all about a party. We are always like the party crowd.
Yes.
Whether it's an anniversary, a birthday, or Twice as Nice is actually our 2nd year in our new location. So
That's what's meant by Twice as Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you expanded into some new office space, and we had that huge
Oh,
party there with
amazing.
Teresa Giudice from Real Housewives of
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Yep.
And who are we having at your next party?
We have discussed this a lot, and our special guest, and it's going to be virtual, from New Jersey, is going to be Dolores Catania. She was going to come down, and we were just like, you know what, with travel today, we're not going to do this. We're just going to play it safe. And we love Dolores because
She's
she
great.
is just such a cool.
She was at your Body Squad event.
She was at the Body Squad
last-
event, and we've done some lives together. She is just an amazing person, and what you see is what you get with her.
Everybody loves her.
Yeah.
Everybody that
She's
meets
so
her
neat.
loves her.
She's
Love her.
so sweet, like outgoing, has a great personality. So she fits in well with
Right,
us.
and but she's like real. It's kind of like Oprah. She's real.
Right.
She's saying what's on her mind, and
She loves cosmetic procedures, and
she does
she
love
will
them.
happily tell you every procedure she's ever had.
Yeah.
No secrets with Dolores.
No secrets.
So
no
we love
secrets.
that.
Which is fun. Actually right now, cosmetic procedures are like skyrocketing. It's almost like real estate. It is like people are going crazy.
They're working on themselves while they got
are.
the downtime, huh?
They have the downtime. So actually a lot of our clientele are doing actually plastic surgery
Mm-hmm.
because they have the downtime, but they're augmenting it with our services.
Isn't
And-
it perfect? Because no one's going to ask, where have you been
Right,
lately?
exactly. Especially when you're doing your lips and you get a little bruise maybe here and there. It is just absolutely perfect. It's like the time to do it. And in our office, we're triple masked with the patients.
I was going to ask you, what are your safety protocols for that?
Temperatures, wiping the shoes before they come in. We're quizzing and we're doing our COVID discussions. And it really, I think people feel safe, and unfortunately not everybody out there is doing this stuff as far as medically speaking. So I think that they're very comfortable coming in the office. I haven't had anybody who's just like out of their mind with it. I've had people out of their mind with the COVID worry, but that's a different story. But they do feel comfortable enough. They're like, you're the only place I'm coming to. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I am assuming everybody's lying to me, and we're treating them.
There are a lot of places out there that aren't taking this as seriously as
right. I mean,
as
even,
they should.
Even patients, I'm assuming everybody has COVID in my mind.
Right.
You just kind of have to think that way. And it's like anything you do in medicine, you always have to assume the worst case scenario and protect the patients and the staff. And that's one of the things that we actually have gotten really good at it, I have to say. So I'm really proud of my staff for being so fastidious with it, because this is the time,
And do you have any idea how long this is going to last, Doctor?
I will tell you, I am
like
a
the
vaccine.
million-dollar question.
Right, I am a vaccine kind of girl. So I will be, as long as they're safe, I will be right in line for it. I already got my flu shot.
Me too.
You guys who haven't gotten your flu shot, go get it.
I got mine.
Yeah, you have to, because it's really, you don't want to confuse it with COVID.
I don't want to get the flu on top of COVID.
Right. You're like, I have something, and you go in there and you don't want to catch COVID going to the hospital.
But I kind of feel like with all the masking and everything, how are we going to catch the flu anyway? It's like,
You know what? It is a good question. Probably there's going to be a lot less.
that's for this. Wouldn't that be
I hope.
interesting?
You know what? That actually, I didn't even think of that. That's a great point.
That is actually.
All the
I
social
know.
distancing
It is.
and
That is.
masking. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, and let's everybody keep doing it. Keep doing it. Let's get in this back to the normal game quicker.
Oh,
that would be
I can't wait.
Keep taking all the precautions. You know, don't go in a small area. And if you actually see this gallery, it's humongous. Where it's a very spread out area.
It's so
So
pretty,
nice.
and it's a
is.
great. I wanted to do my set in here because you know, I'm afraid to
so
go back
why?
into the small studio
Oh,
yet
that's
because
smart.
it's shared with a lot of people, and I just
That's-
I'm not
that's
comfortable
smart.
yet.
That's
Right.
So I did an outdoor interview a few days ago in downtown Tampa. And I'm doing this one in the gallery. I can go anywhere. I'm
Yeah.
a mobile set,
Yeah.
and I can go anywhere. And
You're so lucky. I wish
yeah.
I could inject anywhere.
right, you probably could.
Well,
Isn't there a guy in Miami injecting your cars?
I probably.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. I'm not doing that.
kind of
Okay. I know.
Yeah, that's a little extreme.
It is. It is. It's funny. It's like, you know, we are trying to emphasize eyes right now as far as in the office.
Because everybody's
The
wearing a mask.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I got my little mask, and you know, you think about it, and you got everything down here covered. So you could do the lips and get a bruise if you needed to, and kind of get it done with,
And still go out.
But you really, you know, the eyes are the highlight. And you know, we were talking about this the other day. You really have to learn how to smile with your eyes.
Yes.
You know, and
You
that's,
can't make any other expressions with a mask. I know.
No, exactly. And you know, you're saying hi, and they don't see it, so you have to really.
Okay, so what do you do for the eyes? I know you Botox around the eyes, but you got a lot of tricks, I'm sure.
Oh, come on, you know me. So making the upper third of the face really look hot because, you know,
Now
that's
we're wearing
what's
masks
doing.
everywhere.
The other place is the neck. You know, the neck is the other area that everybody sees.
Oh,
which is-
yes,
yeah.
yes.
The neck.
Everybody that
The
I
neck-
talk to. Asks,
Yeah.
Do you know any doctors that can do anything about my neck?
No,
That's a big.
after 40-ish, the neck becomes such an issue. So it is such a, it's not easy either because the neck doesn't have the same oil glands.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that why?
yeah. So it doesn't respond as well, and it's just such a thin skin tissue. You know, like we've tried everything, and I know some people do some crazy things there, but like I've tried Sculpt, or I've tried all these things, and I've actually come to the point where I'm actually just doing really good skincare, number one. And I gotta say, because
does that
of
really work?
COVID, you know what? I will tell you, the skincare today, not even a year ago, today is so amazing.
So what do you recommend then for the
There's
neck?
there's an elastin product, and I also use a TNS Advanced Serum, which is a new TNS serum. Amazing. I mean, it makes it creamy looking. It looks soft. It looks like this skin.
Really?
And then the other two things I'll do is usually a toxin, whether it's Botox, Dysport,
I was going to ask you
whatever.
about Botox in the neck.
For the bands, fantastic. But, you know, you still have laxity and crinkles. That's when we do that microneedling radio frequency. Babachi has been the one we were using. We actually just upgraded to a newer machine that.
So how does that work? The radio frequency is in the needles?
Yeah, so what happens is these little needles go in the tissue, and we do them in different depths, and we do several passes at different depths, and it's delivering radio frequency. So you're not having any downtime, even though it sounds like it might should. It's not like
It's not like the old vampire.
no
facial,
Yeah,
okay.
which those I don't find as effective. So you're delivering heat in different levels specifically for the area you're at, and that way you can actually grow collagen.
Right.
And it's like shrink wrapping the face and the neck. It is
That
fantastic.
sounds good.
I know.
It is.
And you can do it on the neck too?
It's you can well this machine, the reason I got it, one, it was a little bit stronger, and two, they're coming out with body stuff.
Oh.
So like
with
your
whole
knees,
body.
elbows.
Knees, elbows, Laffy Taffy arms. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm glad I know you.
I know.
I feel like I
right?
can
And
age
we do
well
that,
now.
Right. Everything's about me in the office anyway. It's like, okay, what machine am I getting for this? You know. So yeah, it's actually, that's what I'm really excited about, and it's a little uncomfortable, but when we put a little topical numbing, everybody's fine. There's no downtime with it. The results have been just phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, I was like, okay, I'm ready for surgery. Who am I going to call? You know, you start thinking those things during COVID in particular. And I actually started really pushing myself with these things. And I'm like, I kind of don't feel like I need to go in for surgery like today. You
Yep.
know,
If you don't have to,
we
don't
just
do
hold
it.
off a little bit longer. You know, and there will be a day when I have to do it. We all eventually are going to be there. You know, and we'll go back to this and augment. But it is this one has been like, wow. You know, people that can't have surgery, it's even like
So
that
how many
saves them.
treatments do you need to
Usually
see?
4, a couple
4?
weeks apart. I will say, people who are a little bit more needing more help, they might want to do it after the 4, maybe every couple months. Most people can go 9 months to a year and not do another one.
Oh,
So you can just
okay.
kind of buffer the system with this and kind of keep everything good, because we all know this is like, if this doesn't match this, then it looks stupid.
Game over.
It is.
I think in my age group, I'm in my 30s, and one of the things we see is,
I know.
we see, we call it tech neck, because you're constantly on your phone.
Oh.
And so you get those
Yeah.
lines. So during COVID, I was obsessed, and I still am because of the results I got. So I think we were out of the office for like 6 weeks or something.
I was going to ask you how long you had
And
diagnosed.
we weren't doing anything. I just was using all these creams, and the Elastin neck cream was a huge game changer.
Yeah.
So I think that the neck and the chest is so important, because like you said, Dr. Allenby, if your face doesn't match, or if your neck doesn't match your face, it's kind of like
And if someone starts doing it at your age, will they have a better neck when they get, say, maybe my age?
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
I feel like you may not, I think we say best results for treatments. I feel like when you're in your 30s, maybe you don't need I don't know, it's one of those things you may, you don't need them as close, but the neck cream was a game changer. And I think that for tech neck, we're always on our phones, we're always looking down, everybody's working from home now, people are constantly on their computer, so the neck is going to be an area, if it hasn't been already, where people are going to start to say to themselves, what do I do for it?
Yeah, and probably at a younger age. I think that's the first time I remember looking at an iPad and seeing 3 rolls. I'm like, I remember
my neck being an issue early on. Yeah. I think that was the first concern I ever had.
I mean,
probably
that was
when I was about your age.
And it's hard. It's a hard area to treat. It's just one of those things that you don't want to wait until it's too long.
No, you don't. I mean, the other things that we do in the office to do that is like our threads, the PDO threads that are still...
I know some people that you've done threads on, and
it's gorgeous.
It's like, it looks like surgery.
You know what? It's just such a good feeling to when I see my own changes, it's kind of like, endorphins.
So you do the threads in this area?
Actually, we're doing them from mid-face up, and it just pulls everything up. I mean, if somebody has a lot of issue here, we can do threads into the neck also. If they have fat there or something went kind of cuckoo surgically, it's a lot harder to fix those things.
Yeah.
They almost need to go back to surgery sort of thing. But you can treat all these things. Another big thing that we've been doing actually is a lot of sculpting of the face with Kybella, which Kybella was for hair for fat.
That was for the turkey neck, right?
But we're taking...
Remember that when it first...
Yeah. Oh my God, it made the turkey neck. Remember?
Yes.
The giant jelly mass.
Oh gosh.
It was a learning curve with that, and I still not a big fan of it for here, because you have to use so much when you're better off using cold sculpting, where you can do the Kybella and just get rid of these extra little fat that we yank down. Yeah.
Right here?
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh.
And it just lifts the face up, and it's not like it gets loose, it just springs right back up. Even
I like the idea of something springing right back.
And we don't spring as much as we used to.
So you inject Kybella into
the fat pads, because those fat pads never go away.
Yeah.
Like when you're 100, you still got that stupid fat pad. You think of your aunt, and she's got this roll hanging over. That's the fat pad.
And you can fix that with Kybella. Ooh.
Yeah, and that's permanent. And that's what's even better.
Permanent.
Yeah, that one's permanent.
Okay, let's go through this again. For anybody that has the
jelly fat
it looks like cotton balls almost in
that's
your
exactly
cheeks,
right.
when
And
you see it on
actually,
someone.
You know what? When you get a lift and they didn't do something with that, it looks like that little ball goes up here.
Oh, they just moves up.
Yeah, it does, and you're like, oh, because they come in and you see this thing poking out, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is the fat pad just got relocated.
Okay, so you inject that with the Kybella, and what happens to it?
It immediately goes down. Like you see a preview, you're like,
It disappears.
Yes, but
I like that.
And we just use drops because it's permanent, so we do very small and
Right.
conservative amounts. But what happens is it goes down, and within about 10 minutes, it gets right back to where you started. Because it swells.
Oh, it swells back
Yes.
up. Okay.
And then, just like this used to swell, doesn't swell as robustly because we're using less, but there's probably about 2 or 3 weeks that it's a little more fuller.
Okay.
And then it goes back, and about a month later, you're like, I look so good.
But this is a good time to do this when everybody's got a mask on.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. So
hey, you hear that?
Fun things that we're doing that are a little different.
Now
than
is
average.
the time to do these things.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, then when that vaccine comes out, hopefully in a few months, everybody can take off their mask and have a brand new thing.
Right?
I mean, I do think we were talking about. I do think we're going to be stuck in the masks for at least a year or two more. But I think as long as people start taking the vaccine, we can at least get back to normal life.
Yeah.
You know, we still have to do masks, social distancing, tracing, all that good stuff. That's science foundation sort of things, not the cuckoo things. I think we will be there, you know. I think everybody's chomping at the bit to get back to normal, but just...
I'm finally kind of getting used to what it feels like to walk around in a mask. When we were first wearing them, it just felt awful.
Yes.
I couldn't stand it.
No, you can't breathe.
Yeah, but now, you know, it's almost like...
Funny if you're like not wearing it here is like kind of like, oh, this is...
Oh, it's a break, isn't it?
I know, it's very pleasant, and actually people can hear me, which... We know we can
wear lipstick.
With getting tested, you know, I was kind of disappointed to find out I didn't have the antibodies. I was hoping maybe I was one of those people that had the
like
asymptomatic.
Right. You know, but you don't want to be
you don't want to get
reinfected.
No.
Some of these people are getting
I know. There's no guarantee that having the antibody helps you anyway.
Right, you might get a different strain.
And so now I'm super careful because it's like, I want to make it to the vaccine.
Right, it's like a marathon.
We're right there. We're like
we're
like the last 3 miles.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Right.
Or 6. Or 10.
Yeah. At least halfway through the marathon.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
But in the meantime, it is a good time to get work done on your face because
and there's nothing else to do. I mean, what else are you going to do? This closes, the mall's closed at 7. You know, going to dinner is a hassle. There's nothing to do otherwise.
Any new clothes that you have, I mean, you're not really going anywhere.
Right.
So
we're even really coming out with new fashion.
So
you notice that everything's gone. I don't think the suppliers are there anymore.
I know. And the shoes. I mean, you know, like getting a pair of heels almost killed me.
Right.
You know, like what?
That was the last time we did wear heels.
That's why I wore the mules, just so I could my feet can
I'm sure you do better than most, though. I have a lot of friends that haven't gotten out of sweats since all this started.
Right.
And then there's cool sculpting for that. If you gained any COVID.
The COVID-19, right? Yeah. Oh,
but anyway.
Well, we actually do have some really good specials that we're doing for Twice as Nice. So the plan for the day is a virtual event. And
this is on November 6th.
November 6th.
Okay.
Join us. We'll be talking about it on Instagram, Facebook. We'll email out all these invites to everybody. And please, you know, tune in. So we're going to be doing we're going to have our special guest, Dolores, who we always love. She's a gem. And then we're going to do different areas of discussion and showing people what we're doing. So they can actually see it and kind of like live through the camera maybe with it. And then we do have some amazing giveaways. And actually the
always give away good
I know,
things.
we have fun. And since we can't do like a big party, we're like, okay, what can we do? We got to do something special for everybody. We are having a couple gift cards, which during COVID actually were fantastic. Yeah. The gift card, people purchase a gift card on the day. They buy a $200 gift card, they get $300 worth of service by me.
And then if they buy a gift card for $200, they can get $400 when they book with me.
Oh my goodness.
And if you book on the day of, you get a free cool tone. And for those who know cool tone's a $750 cycle when we do it. It is the muscle toner. It's the one that helps give the shape of the legs and the butt and the stomach. But you get a free treatment with that, and that's in our Body Squad section because now Allenby has. I took it from the east over to the office, and we have Body Squad in 2 locations now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one on the east over off Palmetto, and then we have the one in the
your office.
Yeah, so we made.
And your office is on
Linton Boulevard. It's next door to American Heritage by the Publix on Linton Boulevard, and kind of like jog.
Yeah, big beautiful
So
place.
that's one thing is like gift cards, which are like pretty awesome. The other fun things is
those are nice gifts for people to give for the
that
holidays.
Exactly, right?
Cool.
The holidays are coming.
Yes.
Now that you got to wear a mask, go get your face done, and nobody will know.
No one would know. There's no shame, you know, like having to go, like
See, I wouldn't care
gifts.
anyway. That's just
I
me.
wouldn't either, but some people.
I boast about any work.
Some people like.
But some people from New York.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
From here, it's like you want everybody to know
That's
you're the
actually
badge of honor in Boca Raton.
That's so
know
funny.
That.
Actually, it's true. That is true. My New
funny.
York came out just now.
It's like, there's no shame here. If you don't have something on, that's the shame.
That's true. It's like if you don't do something, it's like,
I
well,
know what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I don't know anybody that doesn't do cosmetic procedures.
That was
Right,
cute.
I know.
My New York
Really?
just came out. That was funny.
Christina's actually doing a giveaway. It's
Yes.
over $5,000 worth of.
It's a full face treatment, like a
it's
full
Let
face.
us just fix you.
Yeah, like you come in, let's just look at our face
good
together.
assessment.
Great assessment.
And
We
you would
work
decide
together, and so cheeks, lips, jawline, eyes, forehead,
All those good stuff.
Botox,
The whole thing.
Dysport, whichever. Yes, neck, like
Just want to come to me again?
little.
I know.
But yes, so it's a great giveaway. I actually wish I could enter into these giveaways. When I heard them, I said, "This is
So
amazing."
you're giving that away?
Yes,
That's what
it's one of the giveaways.
Twice as nice. We're doing multiples of 2s.
Yes.
On stuff. So we're gonna do 4.
4 giveaways.
Right.
So that's one of them, and then we have a really great skincare bundle that we're giving away. So all of our favorite skincare products.
Yes.
One of them being the neck, one of them being the TNS Advanced.
And I'm telling you, this stuff, you're going to come to the office and visit anyway, and we're going to look you up because I will tell you, this stuff is. Because
what is it?
TNS came out with a new. TNS is a skin medical product made by Allenby.
Okay.
Yeah.
And their specialty is actually growth factors. This new one is a 400 growth factors in one product. On top of it, it's antioxidants. The skin changes within a week.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, and it's rare to see that quick of a turnover, especially in our stuff, because we're doing things that I consider what we do like pharmaceutical agents. They thank God they have not gotten under that auspices because they'd be $6,000 for these things.
Yeah.
So thank goodness, because we now have the ability to actually tell our cells grow that sagging skin back up, grow some collagen, get the luminosity back. So these things are amazing. But COVID really taught me that. It kind of reinforced that. I wasn't going into the office and doing stuff either, just because.
Oh yeah, you had plenty of time to play.
I could have, but honestly, I think 95 drive was so hazardous. People were going 1,000 miles an hour on 95. It was not even worth it. It was like,
It's like there were no rules anymore.
Yeah,
there were no rules. But the skincare now has been so fantastic. But
So it's really improved in the.
The science has become, and the innovation.
You can't spend money doing this without supporting it with skincare, which is less expensive at the end of the day. And it really does support it. And there's some new products that actually help you heal faster, get rid of bruises quicker. Probably the new 2 premier ones are a last in line, which we'll show you when you come in. But those are ones that kind of clean out the cells, but they have one that will actually, you're getting kisses, that help the bruising go away. Like a bruise that would take a week and a half now can take like 4 days with just the cream, without even us intervening, which we intervene anyway, and we do some radio frequency and help people get rid of bruises quicker. But it definitely makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So it's a $2,000 gift set for people, and this is our favorite
giving that
product.
one away too?
That's I know. November 6th, you guys.
November
you gotta
6th.
remember.
Okay, so how do they watch it on November 6th?
It's going to be mostly on live Instagram, but we'll channel it all over the place and put on YouTube and podcasts.
I think Facebook too.
Yep, Facebook too. I'm
Our Facebook page and Instagram
She knows.
page.
I'm past the tech age.
And it's at noon, did you say?
Actually,
I think we're starting around noon. We're maybe 5 or 10 minutes late.
Okay, I'm going to put all the information
Yes.
on my social media
Yes.
for you.
Well, you know what? We had to really improvise because of COVID. We wanted to make sure that we were doing everything appropriately. So we had a timeline. We had Dolores that was coming into the office, and then
I remember she was supposed to come in person.
We changed everything. So now we're still going through like the final timeline, if you will.
Yeah.
So, and we want to make sure that our people that are watching are going to be engaged. We want to make sure that they're getting enough knowledge, they're educated on why they could be doing these treatments. So skincare, number 1. Number 2 is the full face giveaway with myself. which is amazing.
Body Squad's giving away
Body
a full
Squad
body makeover, which is 8 co-sculpting cycles
Oh my
and 4
goodness.
full-tone cycles,
Oh,
which
it's
is like over $8,000.
Crazy.
Oh, wow.
That is one of the best ones too.
I know, that really is. That one, like, you know, you can't just have a great face. You got to have a good body.
Everything has to. Well, that's the problem. We got to work on everything in here.
Right.
We can't cover up.
We're like, okay, we got to get this in shape. I can't deal with
And then
this.
again, not to say it again, but the gift cards. If you purchase a gift card, you'll get the free Cool Tone cycle, which is
huge,
amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
that you get hooked on.
Yes,
that one's
exactly.
Like, kind of like Threads, very addictive. The fourth one, which everything's the twosies here, two, is actually old therapy mixed with the microneedling radio frequency, the Virtue. So a series of 4.
Is that for the face?
Yep, that's for the face, and it's to tighten.
Under here, yeah.
And it really does. It just does such a wonderful job. So an old therapy treatment plus 4 Virtues, and that's usually about 7,000-ish plus. So I think people will love what they're going to get.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
But we're going to have fun, you know.
Yeah.
We're all about the party.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
always-
I love your place, and I love both places, Body Squad and your office, because like you said, you take care of everything from head to toe.
I mean, because
If you have any issues, these two.
psychiatric issues,
Yeah.
no, sorry. We actually kind of do a little psych in the office too, I think.
yeah.
Well, I think fixing up your face and everything does lift your spirits. Didn't they do some studies on that with like Botox actually
huge.
Oh,
as
they
an
did. Yes.
antidepressant?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I think when you see like the thread lifting, when you get it, I swear you must have endorphin release. It's just like, you know, the heavens open.
That
you know,
is
the
so
angels
true.
are
Do you
singing.
remember after COVID? So we came back to the office, and I was like, I'm sure a lot of people too. You look in the mirror. A lot of our
people
patients
fell apart after
have
COVID.
been saying, "I'm on Zoom all the time, and I can't believe what I'm seeing, like in the camera back at me. I can't believe I look like this." So we all feel it. I mean, so we came back to the office, and I said, "Okay, I think I'm ready from Threads." Like it was the first time that I was going to have Dr. Allenby do them on me, and I literally cried after. Do you remember?
Yeah,
it
looks so good.
It was just like,
that's a pretty common result.
yeah, because you're
so
just so
emotional.
tired of, you know that you don't look like that, and then stress. We have a lot of
kills
stress
you,
and things going on, just normal day to day, and you're tired of you're not used to seeing yourself that way. So it was time.
No, and when you do see it, like even in a 30-year-old, or we do it in 20-year-olds, it's like just such a change. It's like, kind of the issue is like over the years, I'm figuring out, and we discuss so much of this stuff. What makes people trigger to like, I like what I'm seeing? We're in an art place, and you're like, okay, why does everybody really like this?
Yeah.
What is it that's triggering you? And there are certain shapes that do that. There are certain angles, and those are the things that I'm always looking at to see how we respond to them. So we do this for ourselves. It's 100%. COVID reinforces that because we have masks on and we're still doing this stuff. So we know we're doing it for ourselves, but we're also doing it for a certain response from people at the end of the day. And it's very basic emotional stuff.
Yeah.
But that's why people cry.
I just felt like back to myself, if that makes sense.
Our brains have mostly a space for vision, so we have to assume that vision is our biggest sense for sure. So you have to kind of pander to that in our field.
Yeah,
that's what our field's all about.
Absolutely.
So I think it's going to be a great party, even though it's virtual. It's still going to be fun. It's going to be
like, woo!
It's going to be, and Linda always has all the goodies and everything, and the place decorated beautifully. So I think everybody that's going to watch will be very happy.
Everybody tune in because those prizes are amazing. And if there are any newbies out there that have never even tried Botox, do you have anything to say to them?
Oh,
I know I do.
I always say to the patients when they come in and they just want Botox, I'm like, it's like the cherry on top. Like, it's like the finisher.
It's a gateway
drug.
Like,
it's like just like,
gateway
drug. I understand that people get, right? I mean, a lot of our patients, I feel like they've already been doing it for a while, but for the new ones, once you start doing it, you can't stop.
No, it's the gateway
I
drug.
remember way back the first time I did, I think I started with a little bit of Botox and some fillers.
Yeah.
And I remember getting in my car in the park, didn't know what to expect or anything. I was scared of the needles at first. Now I don't care. Got in the car, went to adjust the rearview mirror to back out, and I saw my face from like 20 years ago looking back at me, and there was just this feeling like, how is this possible?
I know, right? And
how is it impossible.
Yes.
And then I was hooked from that day on.
Exactly.
But I think people that haven't tried it don't realize the difference it
and
makes.
I mean, even today I had somebody, is this safe? And I'm like, it's just such a crazy question to me today because 20 years we've been
is it
doing
safe?
Botox. Right, and I'm like, there'd be a lot of dead people. Let me tell you, it might be like the one first down.
Oh, stop.
No, but
I know what you mean though.
There are still people out there
that's
concerned
the
with
number
the
one
safety.
is it's not cost, it's fear of one,
what
how
it
it's
would
going to look,
Right.
is it safe? Those are the things that people really think about.
Right.
We are in a bubble.
Yeah, Boca Raton is different from just about everybody.
Right.
Everywhere
Right.
else.
Right. The rest of America is very nervous about it still. But we are, I think, seeing a lot of new, younger patients coming in right now who are just like, you know what, I need to start getting things going.
And they're doing it just to prevent wrinkles from ever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge pre-preventer. If they have lines, I will definitely treat them. I mean, a 20-year-old could have some significant forehead lines or a strong frowning, line here. So just taking that away and kind of freshening them up, it is huge. But I kind of don't overly pre-treat that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I may treat things that they just don't have the best of. There's not a lot of 10s born out there. So we
will be a 10 after you visit her.
We gotta get you to the
That's
10.
right.
Even if you're a strong 7 or 8, we can get you
Oh
there.
yes,
That's so funny.
It makes such a difference. People that haven't tried it, what are you waiting for?
I know it is. It really, and I it's not the money. It's really the scaredness of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the needles and the pain.
Yeah.
And it's not painful. We use it's
really
like a
not.
hair-like needle, so people.
A lot of that's psychological.
Actually, it is funny because we do a lot of the, the fillers, all that, and they're like, when we get the Botox, they're like, oh, this is the easy one. I don't even know you're doing anything.
Right.
And not that there's a lot of pain with the other. I think people are surprised how not painful it really is.
Yeah.
And our whole mantra is no downtime, no pain, try to get back to real life and within the next day.
That is very doable though within our field. I think that's why people like it rather than having to have surgical options, because regardless there is some downtime with surgery, even if it's a minor surgical procedure.
And a lot of people, surgery is a big step.
Yeah, it's a
don't really wanna
commitment.
take
It's
that.
a big commitment, it's like you have to get yourself there.
Yeah.
But I think even in my age group, in 20-something-year-olds, people are doing more. Maybe not as much, but they're definitely interested, and I think social media has a lot to do with that.
They're actually big in skincare.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we did nothing. We did baby oil,
Right.
Oh my God.
and reflectors.
That's so true.
But they didn't have anything. If we had something, we probably
would've used it.
Been engaged in it. But
Why is it we weren't worried about damaging our skin?
because they didn't have anything to help
Yeah,
us.
I don't think it was like a big thing.
No, we had eczema.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
I think I used that when I was
remember
like
that.
10.
Eczema dippity-doo.
Dippity-doo. Band-Aid Soleil, do you remember that?
Yes.
It was basically just some kind of
It's like a gel.
gel with orange dye in
Yes.
it or something. No
We're
sunscreen
all
or
like
anything.
QT.
So you'd
The
put it on
orange
so
thing.
that you could
Yeah.
broil.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it has sunscreen in it
kinda
now.
Good. Yeah.
Like you were saying, Dr. Allenby, you could spend or you can come in and get everything done in your face, but if you are not walking out with something to maintain it, that's a problem.
It's sad.
So if you're in your 20s, your 30s, and you're looking for what should I be doing, or even if you're very new to the aesthetic world and you're a little older in your 30s or 40s, great skincare is so important. And I don't know, maybe it's not okay, I'm going to say this, but I always feel like a cosmeceutical product that's not medical grade is not going to get you the best result than something like TNS or Elastin. It's just, you're wasting your money.
It's actually
right, it's
the
the innovation
science behind the product.
and the science, right.
If you want to use La Mer, go ahead. It's a great moisturizer as far as it's a humectant, but it's not going to change the way the cells react.
Right.
And that's what we do in the office.
So the skincare really has
It's evolved so much. It actually,
huh.
I mean, you can actually see studies where they're showing you the molecular changes that are going on, and it's stimulating certain growths. They're like signals. It's kind of like chemotherapy for the skin.
Yeah.
It actually does change the way the cells grow, and it tells them, hey, you're not making enough collagen. Boost it up a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exciting.
New
It is.
Beauty just came out with their new magazine for fall winter, and in there's I mean beautiful celebrities that people know, and a lot of them are very much into right now, especially with COVID, like things that they can do at home, because obviously we weren't able to get to an office to do it, and it all was skincare. And during COVID, we saw a huge boost with our skincare products because people weren't able to come in, so they were purchasing online, and we still do online sales. We also are doing virtual consultations, which I think is huge.
She still does this,
because again,
my mother-in-law got a virtual consultation with you.
So I think that when COVID changed, that's in the positive, is that people can do these things from home if they're still working and they have a lunch break or something, and they can get on a skincare regimen. And we ship it right out to them. They don't even have to come in, or they can do curbside with us. But skincare is very important, and a lot of the celebrities and people that are in these magazines, that's what we were all doing, and I noticed a huge change in my neck and my face during COVID.
Wow.
So
lessons learned from COVID.
Yeah, it really is. I think it was like the wake-up call.
Yeah.
And we were all kind of lazy. It's like, I'm too busy.
Now, what did it feel like having to close your practice down? That must have been terrifying.
You know what, actually?
Or was it a nice break?
Honestly, no, there was no break. We worked harder during COVID than we, in a different way. So I think, I'm very comfortable, and she is too, in the office working with patients and doing our thing there. We became, we did a lot of social media to stay engaged with patients because,
and people were looking at social media more.
We actually had time to really tell them about this stuff. Like we normally don't have time to do it. So this was a great opportunity to really connect to people. And we missed them, and we cared about them. We wanted to let them know, hey, we love you guys out there. Sorry we can't be with you, but maybe this is a little something that might lift your spirits a little bit.
And did people get a little scared that like to get the Botox and the injectables, that they wouldn't be able to get them?
No, I don't. We have stockpiles of everything. That's all about me. Come on. I got some in my refrigerator at home.
I think that people were just wanting to make sure that we were taking all the right steps, and all the right precautions.
I think that was more,
and
that was the big thing coming out of it. And since then, I think they're still very appreciative. And we see less patients a day. We probably spend more hours in the office seeing patients, just because we kind of have to do it at a slower pace.
Right.
Because it takes a good half an hour getting them in and getting them set up with the COVID precautions and making sure everything is done correctly. So it has changed the practice a lot. You know what? But these are not bad changes. We actually kind of can sit with people and talk a little bit longer.
Spend a little more time,
find out their, what's going on with them. And it is interesting to hear, and it is interesting to hear some of these people have left family members. They really, a lot of people have been impacted. And because we've got that Northeast connection, there was a lot of issue with that.
I had a patient that said that she hasn't seen her mom in 6 months.
That's so sad.
But they both live in Florida. Like, they live in Boca. The nursing home where she was in wasn't letting. And now she can see through like little plexiglass, which is why though I think everyone will feel that they can still be part of our event. They can still be part of what we're doing, even though it's virtual. It's still going to be a great time. I'm really excited to see who's going to win the giveaways.
I know.
Great giveaways.
I'll say it again. I wish I was
entered
into them.
One of the big things that everybody did, we had a similar gift card promotion during COVID, and a lot of people took advantage of that too. And honestly, we were very grateful for people supporting us, because we were like, okay, we got to give something to you guys, but people definitely supported us with that, because it was scary, and we didn't know what was coming. We're like, oh my gosh, how long is this going to last? I kept all the staff on. I also wanted to use it for a time that we could the staff and I could really make sure that we're doing the right everyday thing with patients. So with like flows and things that were going on in the office, we had time to actually address. So we really were, I was so happy to get back, because I was like working too hard at home. And I do hear a lot of people saying that. They're like, I'm spending more time on Zoom, and I don't get a break at my house, where at the office at least I can go hide the bathroom or have some coffee and nobody would bother me. Once you're on Zoom, you can't get away from that.
It was crazy in the beginning, just the whole lockdown thing. And
what did you guys do?
Not much. My whole industry changed. We couldn't go into the station anymore.
Look at the change. It's awesome.
I know. It actually worked out better, because now I have this great mobile set that I can take anywhere. I can take to a person's business. We did an interview outside downtown Tampa. Almost got kicked out. because we were in like a city park.
Oh, really?
But then we finally convinced this guy to let us do
kidding.
it. But it's all this fun stuff that I never would have.
Right. I mean, look at this fantastic gallery.
I know. This I would never would have ended up in
What a
here.
great background. I'm like, this is like. I mean, you guys definitely.
So in some ways, I guess that actually helped my business because I've expanded and now I can do interviews anywhere.
I think people became more nimble.
Right.
You know, you became more flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not her, but everybody else.
How about you?
She said, "I am so spoiled. I am ridiculously spoiled."
Look at that
And
face.
She is.
Oh.
She saved me with COVID. I will tell you. You know.
Oh,
I got her as a rescue at the end of January.
Right before all this happened.
Yes, and I was so blessed to get her. She has.
That's
been
right. You got her right before.
right then. Yeah. I will tell you. Okay.
I think she wants to go back to.
She's doing the moving thing. I know. Yes.
It's kind of hard to think of life pre-COVID. While you were just talking, I said,
don't you?
I was like, wow, like January, February. I'm
when
sure
did this all
do
start?
that.
Around the middle of March, like St. Patrick's Day.
She's like when it really crashed.
Yeah.
Actually, my anniversary party was our first virtual event, and so that was like
March 16th.
March 16th. Yep.
Oh, right in the beginning.
Yep.
Oh boy.
And we basically went home that day and didn't come back until May 10th.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I know. And Christina's been with us now, going close 9.5, 10 months now. And
what a time to join!
I know. Poor Christina's like, what's going on?
Well, I'm so honestly. I mean, I think back to a year ago. I was living in New York. I'm from Long Island, and we sold my house. My husband and I picked up everything. We moved down here. Like so many changes.
You right when you got here. I remember that story.
And that's why it's so crazy to think that it's so much has gone on. But I think I was thinking, you know, sometimes you just have no choice but to be innovative and move forward. You can't really do much about it. So, so right, Allie? She agrees. No, but anyway. During this whole thing, you know, now I don't know if I would have even been down here. You know, like.
But aren't you glad you are?
Oh,
because
of
had
course.
you been isolated up north?
Oh, it's so bad.
That's why we're getting a big influx of people from New York and New Jersey.
My husband's also a physician assistant, and he would have been in one of the hospitals that where he worked. It was really terrible, and I mean, you know, have so many friends and colleagues that I worked with up north that had to go through so many things. So it's definitely a lot. But
I wouldn't want to be in the medical system up there.
Oh no, it was terrible. So you know, we are just moving on, but. Being in Florida has been great, and I'm so thankful for Dr. Allenby and all that she's done for me, for the staff. So it's been wonderful.
She's been a great addition.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are in a mall, just in case you guys don't know. Allie saw somebody.
She saw somebody walk by outside. We're in Town Center Mall at the Gallery Lounge.
Yes. Amazing place.
And
really pretty.
Allie's now the new watchdog for here.
Yeah. She would
So
be a good
cute.
watchdog. She certainly let you know if anyone was around, wouldn't she?
Oh, she does.
You're so cute.
That was a big
Allie.
mark for a little dog.
I know.
I'm very upset.
I think that it's so beautiful, the practice, and if nobody's been, you should really come
Beautiful,
see us.
beautiful office space.
Yes.
And it's our I wasn't here when you first opened it, so for Twice as Nice, it's our 2-year anniversary that we're there. It probably seems like it flew by.
So that was with Teresa, right?
Yeah.
That was 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Doesn't even
Well, she did come, you know.
I know she was back. I saw pictures.
She was back. So she made it Twice as Nice also, I will say. No, it really, it's, I don't even remember being in the other place now, which is typical of me. I don't like changes until they happen, and then it's like, oh, this is
really
wonderful.
I would feel like you do like,
No, I'm
like
not a
you're
changer.
really?
Only this stuff. I'm only trying to make it better.
No, I make sure it doesn't change.
Right. That's actually more what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to like keep it all
Well, the
same.
funny thing is, when I was in my 20s, I had way more wrinkles than I have now, which is funny because when I was that age, you know, there was no Botox or anything.
Right.
I was thinking, oh, what's my skin going to look like later? And now it's so wonderful that we can. Our skin can look better as we get older.
Totally, yes. And you know, and we are kind of looking forward to some new devices that will be coming.
Oh, I bet you'll get the latest.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm like chomping at the. I'm waiting. Everything did kind of slow down a little, I will say.
Yeah.
You know, as far as like product development, which honestly, we have been using some new products in the office. The Wrestling Kiss for the lips has been
What is that?
fantastic. It's a new wrestling product for the lips, and it is very beautiful.
Both look good.
No, like I kind of was not enjoying doing lips anymore. It's like, you know, they just look too stiff. They look fake. And with this new product, it just looks so elegant.
Oh, that's exciting.
And it's lasting, which there are some products that look elegant too, but they just weren't lasting long enough, or there was a lot of swell with them. You don't really swell a lot with this. It's very minimal. It just makes a beautiful lip shape without looking done.
And lips are something every age does, right?
You know what? It is every age. But I had, especially my older patients, were not wanting to do their lips because they were so fearful that they were going to look crazy. And the older products would have made them look crazy. Yeah. You know, this one has been so beautiful across the board. I'm very happy to do lips now. I'm like, yes, let's do them, because before I was like, no, let's not do that one. So that was the big one. There's another product line by Revance, which is that line that also will have the longer lasting Botox. It's not available yet, but they have a new, it's called Thioxin, that was in Europe. They brought it over, and it's called the RH line. And it's actually a very flexible product. They have a cheek filler, like a volumizer, kind of like a Voluma / Sculptor look to it. Very soft, gorgeous in the face. They have some thinner ones. It's called RH2, 3, and 4, and they have been fantastic new products. So there has been a little bit of changes in some of the products.
Lots of new stuff people can try.
Surprisingly, and you know, they had already like got the launch ready, so they couldn't abort it or anything.
Right.
But they have been fantastic products. All of these have been. Everything coming out new has been like, wow. We haven't been getting any duds that are like, you know, like all this type of stuff.
It's only going to get better, huh?
Yeah, totally.
For sure.
It is. And you know, we're going to have our fingers in everything.
I know.
I know.
I love you because you try everything out. You figure out what's the best, and then
that's it.
Bring
you
it to
know,
the community.
that's the beauty of what we do, is like finding the right product for the right space. And it's kind of like I always talk, it's like making food. You know, if you just make spaghetti noodles, who's going to enjoy that? You got to put a little olive oil, a little garlic, a little, maybe some flakes of something, you know. But you have to mix things.
And I always tell people, don't tell the doctor what to do.
Oh, thank you.
Let
Please
the
tell them
doctor look at your face and tell you what you need.
Yes.
You know, I have friends that want to boss the doctor. I don't want this, I don't want that, don't touch it.
But especially since I learned this when I started working with Dr. Allenby. Like, you may look in the mirror and say that, oh, my under eyes bother me, or something like my lips bother me, or whatever. But we look at it and that doesn't bother us, you know, because something else is making that look concerning to you or problematic to you.
Right.
So it is true. I mean, I actually like when my patients, when I start my consults, I'm like, okay, so what brings you in today? I want them to tell me what they are seeing, what bothers them. But it's also hard when somebody has a thought in their mind that that's what they want done, and then you do it because you try to pacify and make them happy, and then they're not happy in the end because that's not really what the problem was.
And they also don't know, like you do,
right,
what results you're going to get from a product. And you might look at somebody and say, I'm going to use this and it's going to be fantastic, but they got an idea that they want something else. That's why I always tell my girlfriends, just go in there, shut up.
That's a tough one for people,
and let the experts look at it and tell you what you need.
Micromanagers, when people become more comfortable with this, they let us do that.
Once they know.
There is that trust thing. That
a lot of them will say with Dr. Allenby, whatever she wants, whatever she thinks.
I would.
It's a lot of years of getting there, I will tell you. But you know, as long as the person who's doing it, definitely with us, but anybody out there, if you have your heart into it, you have the right intent, and you have the experience to go behind it, I think, you know, you're going to get a winning situation. You know, and there are people who have good intent, but they don't have the experience or knowledge of the products.
Exactly.
And that's the sad part, because they really want to do well by the people, and I know they're not doing it maliciously. And people come in like, and you're like, oh,
we've seen
and
those in
like,
Boca.
but I love this person. It's like, I think they're trying, but it's not really working for you. You know, and seeing things differently, like kind of rearranging how you visualize somebody. You know, like doing this up here, you know, it is a huge one, and when you see
I like the idea of that.
Right, when somebody needs it and you do it, it's like, whoa. I mean, it's such a huge change without really changing what they look like. Right. You know? So, and it's putting the right product up there.
Right. So it requires a lot of knowledge, which these two women definitely have. And
this is all we do.
This little Ellie is falling asleep.
And Allie.
And Allie. Allie's the arm candy.
She is just adorable.
Thank you.
Now she's tired.
Yeah, that big bark did her in.
Order out. So
Okay,
cute.
so it's November 6th.
Yes, November 6th.
Dolores Catania is going to be featured in your, and it's all virtual, so no one has to worry about going anywhere.
Right.
And I'm going to put all the information on my social media so that people can tune
Oh,
in.
yeah,
You have
please do.
fantastic prizes, lots of good deals, gift cards, all sorts of stuff.
Twice as nice.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you,
Thank
ladies.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Come join us.
Yes.
You have been watching and listening to The Becky and Boca Show. Tune in every Thursday night to discover all the ways to spoil yourself and have a good time in beautiful Boca Raton. See you next week.